Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Safira Elfa and my friend Mas Hidayah want to do a presentation about different classroom layout. Basically, the discussion is about classroom management. In managing classroom, there are any aspects should be considered in order to make the classroom situation can be helpful for the learning and teaching activity. One of the important aspects that is creating a layout of seating and desks in a classroom that can facilitate the students to make the learning process to be more meaningful and exciting. Other than that, it also can help the teacher to design the classroom that can encourage the students to be more active in particular activities. This time, we will explain about the topic related to the classroom layout that will be divided into online classroom and offline classroom layout management. So, how to design classroom layout through online? As we know, the online classroom will be different from the regular classroom, so that the teacher should use the advance of technology that still provide the space for the students to participate actively in learning activity as effective as possible. There are some modern technology platforms that can be used for conducting learning and teaching activity through online. Each of them has particular purpose and usefulness. The first is dealing with the learning management system or LMS, and the second is video conference program. The first is about using learning management system. So, learning management system, or we can call it as LMS, provide the features that can give benefits to the learning and teaching practitioner to conduct the activity without face-to-face activity requirement. Generally, the LMS program layout, including content of materials, quizzes and assignment submission board, discussion space, and so on, that can be easily organized. In another word, LMS is also called as virtual classroom for online learning. Here is an example of LMS that we can call it as Google Classroom. As we can see in the picture, the teacher can organize any content and items that will be included in teaching and learning activity in online classroom. Start from the topic that can be structured well, and also the structure of activities that will be conducted. It can be dealing with the process of delivering materials, check the student attendance, the room for discussion, and also assign the student progress or work. All in all, by using this kind of media, both the student and teachers are also conducting long-distance learning activity that require interaction, collaboration activity, and also is assigning the learning work or progress. In short, the teacher still can design an interactive classroom and the student can also engage it to participate on certain activity. Second example is the use of online video conference program. Basically, this program is used for the people who wants to conduct a meeting with many people from everywhere and anywhere. But the features of the media can also be used in conducting teaching and learning activity, or in another word can be used to create a virtual classroom that facilitates face-to-face activity. Therefore, it gives many advantages like facilitates the teacher and students to have real-time interaction, discussion, and so on. Moreover, it helps the teacher to directly monitor the students' activity through online since it provides audio-visual features and assigning their progress or behavior just like in regular classroom. The illustration shows that some of the video conference program also provide features that allow us to have a presentation activity or even the room for discussion that involves some groups of participants that are chosen randomly or even manually. Beside of the two examples, there is another option for the teacher to managing classroom through online. For example, by combining the various media that are compatible with the kind of activity that required. It aims to make the learning activity more exciting and more meaningful. And also, it can be adjusted to the materials and activity as well as the students' need.
Classroom arrangement is very influential on teaching and learning activities. Therefore, table, chairs for teacher and student need to be arranged in such as to support teaching and learning activity that activate student. The physical environment in the classroom can make learning active. There is no single ideal classroom, but there are several options that can be taken as variation. The interior decoration of the classroom should be designed in a way that allows children or students to learn actively, which is fun and challenging. The objective of this classroom arrangement include first, facilitate interaction between teachers and students as well as between students. Second, students can easily reach available learning tools or resources. Third, students and teachers easily move from one part to another in the class. Fourth, can make it easier for students to study individually, in pairs, or in the groups. There are some types of formation in the classroom. This class formation is not meant to be a permanent arrangement. Therefore, it's very supportive once the formation is moved according to the wishes and needs. Number one, this formation which aims to make team interaction. Number two, this arrangement allow you to carry out activities such as debating or group observations. Number three, arrangement like this for a laboratory environment, where students sit to do tasks such as doing laboratory work and operating computers or machines. Number four, this arrangement can increase interaction with students, but not for the teacher because not all students can hear or focus on the teacher's explanation. For example, the student at the end of the table. Number five, the student only sit in a circle with a table or chairs to interact directly, an ideal circle for full group discussion. Number six, this arrangement is highly recommended if there are many students, more than 30 students. The arrangement shape of V will make a better view and it is more possible to see other learners than in a straight line. Number 7, this arrangement can group students into pairs, but not for the learning system because it makes students passive, as a teacher cannot see the whole student. So number 8, this formation can be used for various purposes and ideal arrangement. Learner can see the teacher more clearly as well as the teacher. So, some experts have defined the U-shape to allow students to pay attention to the teacher, make eye contact, and make it easier for teacher to control the class. U-shape style is the best design to consider. In the conclusion, some class layouts show that class modification greatly is needed to be able to produce a more positive classroom environment for teachers and also for students. As a result, teacher can teach effectively and student performance can be improved. Thank you very much for your attention. And last we say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.